Yo, we're back. It's the weekend wrap. It's Adam, Dean. We're here to talk all the weekend's action. It's been a weekend packed of some great football in the Premier League, some absolute scenes as well, and a little bit of a meltdown at West Ham. So we're going to be talking all that stuff, as well as the relegation battle, as well as answering your questions. First things first, thank you guys. We've hit 47,000 subscribers and we're already well on our way to 48k. So keep hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Dean, first things first, how are you feeling after the Manchester United versus Liverpool game? Just briefly, because we're going to talk about it in depth a little bit later. Yeah. But to kick it off, because I know everyone's thinking it right now.
Like, I just happy, innit? Like, just happy we got the 3 points, innit? Like, it's good obviously as well, so we kind of put like a lot of the, well, I guess that's kind of the speculation about United in terms of the way we play and stuff. Obviously a lot of people must have watched that, so you just seen we're not, you know what I'm saying, we're not part, like, as contrary to what the media says, we don't part of the bus, and like we went at them straight away. So it was a tactical performance by Jose Mourinho. I would say Mourinho masterclass, as I think even in the second half we don't really like to see United sit back. I thought it made sense, because it wouldn't have made sense for us to keep attacking them and keep attacking. That was kind of what they would have wanted from us. Yeah. So it made sense for Manchester United, and it was a great start to the Premier League weekend, especially for us, because then you can sit back and watch everything else. Rifleman and a few others have noticed again, you've got another Fire WWE shirt. Yeah,
man, everyone's clapping
at RKO, innit? Randy Orton, innit?
Is that Randy Orton, yeah?
Yeah, man, out of nowhere, you get me?
Yeah, straight out of nowhere. Talking about straight out of nowhere, nice little segue. Loads of fans came straight out of nowhere onto the pitch at West Ham. And that's where I want to start today. If you look at the thumbnail, half of it is one of those pictures. Hilarious. One fan runs on, he's approached by Noble. One fan runs on with a corner flag. Fans running on all over the place. Fans approaching the director's box. It was heated at West Ham. And it comes after a period of time where fans have been trying to protest. Then there's been like other fan groups coming out saying if you protest there's going to be trouble. Like rumours about the owners working with these underhanded fan groups. Loads of mad stuff going on at West Ham. And the game kind of just summed it all up at the moment. I think it was probably been bubbling up for a while at West Ham. The result obviously didn't help. Now, people, I've seen some match of the day and all that saying, at 1-0, the fans haven't out there, it's gone 2-0. And it's like, that's not the fans' fault. Burnley were fantastic. But West Ham, what is going on? What is going on? We've just looked at their fixtures. They're 3 points ahead of oh my God. They're 3 points ahead of the relegation zone. That challenge was nuts. 3 points ahead of the relegation zone. And it looks like, I would say they're going down. What do you think, Dean? And what do you guys think in the comments? By the way, this is not a Juventus t-shirt. It's a bowl cut t-shirt.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Like, it's mad for me to see. Well, I'm not surprised in a sense, because obviously they got rid of the previous manager and obviously Moyes came in, but they did look alright under Moyes.
At the start, yeah.
Moyes was like, people are shocked in it. Oh, shocked. Like, especially because there was actually scoring goals in it. Like, Arnautovic started scoring. I said, Anzini's looking neat. And like, I don't know what's happening. It's like in the last couple of weeks, like they kind of capitulated. But the more I was hearing about this, their fans uproar and all this, and you like, because they're in that stadium, like, and obviously because they're under Moyes, and because there wasn't that great, I think, post Payet, to be honest, I was like, I'm thinking, obviously you probably are gonna, like yesterday, you're gonna lose, and that's what happened. And then the stuff that was happening on the pitch was a bit mad. Like,
I don't get why fans would go on the pitch. Like, I don't understand what, like, because the players, like, you're angry at the owners, not the players. Like, but at the same time, the players aren't performing. But then, why you like, you're not gonna what you're gonna get out of that? You're not gonna get anything out of that. Do you get me? I understand them though approaching the director's box. I seen someone making my man come out of his car during the week. I thought that's a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? Because he's like an old man. But these frustrations have been growing. They feel like they've been lied to. We mentioned it. We were driving back yesterday talking about it as asset stripping.
Yeah.
The way they've sold Upton Park, they've rented like a council house. So that's like someone selling their yard and just starting to
just move into
it. And it's like you've got all the P's, and then that person can just move on. Well, obviously when it's a house, you can't really move on. That's your shit. But
the
owners can do one. Do you get me? So, like, what the hell?
That's the thing. That's the thing that baffles me in terms of they're arguing that fans are obviously upset now, and obviously it's been televised or whatever that they've kicked off or whatever. But for me, I know there obviously was a lot of opposition to the moving stadium, but for me, once you lost that battle, for me, I think it's kind of like it's kind of the writing's kind of on the wall, and it like so like arguing now to me it's a bit pointless because it's like obviously they don't have to sell in it. Why are they gonna unless even if they get relegated, I don't think they will sell. Like Davy Sullivan, Gold and all that, and you know what I'm saying. I think
Sir Brady is it?
Yeah, Karen Brady in it. Like it's like I think they're all there for the long haul because I think at the same time I think they're going to be able to make a lot of money, especially with the new Premier League deals. But
yeah, it's going to be hard to get owners out with these kind of deals floating around, isn't it?
But for me and that person, I think when the game's on in it, for me, I'm going there to support my team in it. So I think during the game, I think you have to support the team, and if you're not supporting the team, I don't know what your business is there. To be honest, for me, it's like you at least do that at the end. At least at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even though it's not going to get televised because it's at the end of the game, say, but
is it as effective a protest at the end of the game?
I don't think it is.
Because the owners are going to scarper anyway. I know they're scarpered on like 60 minutes because they had to.
Yeah, I don't think it is anyway though, because even though they've gone, I don't think it's really changing there because people will still buy tickets next game.
Yeah,
but I think if it's at the end, if it's during the game, the player, like just as a human, if you're hearing bare commotion and obviously a couple of man's ran on a pitch or whatever, and you're losing, and then you look over there and the fans are chanting away from the pitch, you'd obviously like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna have an effect on you because you're thinking, bro, what's even going on over there? Like, how come everyone's so vexed? You get me? Or during the game?
Do you feel sorry for West Ham? I know it's hard to feel sorry for West Ham fans. You don't feel sorry for them.
It's their own fans, isn't it? Like, for me, it's like whenever I've been to Old Trafford, I've never really had anyone being pro the opposition, say, or being very negative towards our team. But if they did to me, it's like I'll be saying, bro, it's like...
But I don't think it's aimed... I know they're running on the pitch. I don't think it's aimed towards the team. I think it's towards the owners. That's why I don't get running on the pitch. Like,
but that affects the team. You can't...
Yeah, it does affect the team.
This is the thing. It's like the brother who come on with a beard and obviously come off the pitch, and I think he got slapped up by a couple of people when he ran into the crowd. Because it's like, to me, it's like if I'm watching a game and I've come to support the team, and even if I don't agree with what you're doing, I come to watch the game, you've interrupted it, and you ain't even done nothing. You're prattling around on the pitch and that. And it's like, bro, what are you stopping the game? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Jeff Hindley said the only way is a total boycott. But that's hard because
you have to vote with your feet, and
but then like with me, money, I look at it like with the Glazers. Like I am 100% against the Glazers, only Man United. But I'm a hypocrite in the sense that I have a season ticket. Yeah, then like I kind of look at it like Gary Neville says it in his autobiography. Yeah, like. He sums it up the best. He says something like, "When I go to Old Trafford, I don't look at who's on the name on the back of the shirt, who's like the manager, who's in the director's box. I don't care. I'm there for like just a badge in it." That's how I kind of look at it. Even though
but the badge is owned by the Glazers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, it's a bit hypocritical.
So wait,
it's not in terms of. But also, if I boycott it, I know people are going to turn up anyway.
So therefore you have no effect on it. Like. And that's the thing, it's like, I'm telling you now, if all West Ham fans just said, we ain't even going, we want refunds on our season tickets, whatever, we're not buying any tickets for the games, something would change. You know what I'm saying? If no merchandise was bought or nothing like that, they'd be like, right, this has actually had effect, and it's affecting their money in it, because businesses to focus on bottom line and stuff. Same at United, I was involved, like, I was at the protest when the Glazers first was looking to come on it, and obviously I look back now and I just think, like, from when United was floating on a stock market, for example, that's the time you should have complained, because it's like, from when you're floating on a stock market, anyone can buy shares. I could, you know, if I had enough money, I could buy every single share and then say, now I own this. So to me, like, and that's why to me, it's like, even if you're gonna protest the owners, who are you protesting for to come in then? Have you got, do you know someone who's going to buy the club or something? Like, do you know someone who's got the Peter and is gonna have the? Because who really, like, nowadays has the best intentions really for football clubs, like, in terms of like winning things and stuff like that. It's a business.
And then I suppose if fans became owners, they'd become some sort of infighting, all that kind of stuff anyway. But I do understand, like, the frustrations. But again, I don't understand what running on the pitch is doing. And at the end of the day, the owners aren't going anywhere. So it's kind of like fans are just customers now. That's it.
Yeah, and they're very small. Like that's the thing now. Is unfortunately, like the paying fan at the game is a very, very small customer in the grand scheme of things, because they get like something like Sky pay like, I don't know, like 18 million plus per game or something, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, like it's ridiculous. So it's like the money they're getting at the gates, like sometimes it's more hassle for them because they have to pay for security and stuff, and obviously stuff can go wrong. So I don't really think that they don't really care about the fan in it, because it's like, although like merchandise or whatever, but
the money the match going fans is really small compared to
the revenue from that, it's like business to business and that, like it's like I say, it's the TV money
I think United have the biggest match day revenue, and it's like 3 million, and so if you take that into consideration, everyone else is probably going to be at least half or less than that.
Like Floyd will get more than that at a gate for his fight, you know, them ones like,
yeah, but he's fighting 50 times in.
But I'm saying, but as a one-off, as a spectacle, because it's like a pop concert or something. It's like still seats, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's not, so it's not that much. If that was a fight, you couldn't get Anthony Joshua wouldn't fight if that was the gate receipt. You know what I mean? Really, or what is it? You're getting paid pennies on it, like so. It's not. True. It's not even covering wages when players' wages are nothing. Like they
don't really care about match going fans.
It's unfortunate because really, like
someone look at it though at West Ham as the move of stadium was kind of like a cleansing of their fan base. They were probably trying to get rid of that section, that hardcore fan base, so they could have a squeaky clean image at their ground. They could have a place where, obviously, you want families to be accepted anywhere, but that's probably what they want to encourage more of, like separating everybody when they did that and all that stuff. You could look at it that way as well. Like, I don't know. But it is a madness. Someone mentioned in terms of the relegation battle. Sorry, let me find that question again. It was from Ulrich. Who is more likely to get relegated, West Ham or Southampton? I would say Southampton. What do you think? Southampton at the moment on 28 points, just 1 point above the drop zone. But Stoke have got a game in hand. That game in hand's against City. They're on 27. West Ham are on 30 points, 3 points ahead of the drop zone. They've got to play each other soon as well. Who do you think is going to go down more out of them two?
If the stuff that yesterday didn't happen, then I would have said that Southampton more likely to go down. But because obviously this has happened, and obviously again it's been made out to be such a big thing. I think obviously it's going to follow. It's going to knock on effect into the next game, or there's going to be some kind of focus on that. So now I'd say West Ham are favourites to go down, because I think at the same time I think they've probably got better personnel, West Ham, like with Arnautovic and that. But I think as a team, I think Southampton are good. They're just lacking goals.
Yeah. Definitely. Even though they got a few strikers as well that you'd think would be handy for some goals. What's going on with Gabbiadini? Is this?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to like from what I see. It doesn't seem to
seems
start
like a little bit of a Michu figure in it.
But technically he's tidy.
No, he is, but
14 million. I thought he was a change.
Yeah, it is. It is mint, but don't know. Oh. Yeah, Napoli going close to a goal there.
But obviously, at the same time, it's like, can you see Hernandez? Could you see Hernandez, Arnautovic? You know what I'm saying? They've got some decent players there, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? They must be able to hustle up something, Lanzini and that. So I don't know, mate.
I like Lanzini.
Yeah,
but it's David Moyes, isn't it? That's the mad thing. All this is going on at West Ham. No one's talking about the managers, the players, any of that. Is it David Moyes' fault at the moment? Because when he came in,
he's done all right. For me, that's like. Again, as much as I think they've got a couple of decent individuals, like there is decent. There's certain like Brighton are a decent team, you know. Like they've not got the individuals, but as a team, they do like
Huddersfield as well.
Yeah. So it's like the team probably easily. You know
right, who's going down, Dean? We're safe to say West Ham are gone. Yeah. Sorry, West Brom are gone. Sorry, they're on 20 points. They're 8 points off the drop. Why did they get rid of Pulis? Like that's absolute madness. I would have done that at the end of the season, if anything. But they've gone, yeah? West Brom, we're going to agree on that. Okay, 2 spots. Stoke 27, Palace 27. Their goal difference is minus 26 for Stoke, minus 20 for Palace. 28 points Southampton, 30 points West Ham, 31 points Huddersfield and Swansea, 32 points Newcastle, 33 points Bournemouth, 34 points Brighton. We're not going to say Watford are involved, are we?
Nah, I think up to
Brighton
Brighton I
down.
think
So the whole of the bottom half of the Premier League.
Yeah, I think so.
That's mad. Who do you think is going down with West Brom? I gotta say, I thought Swansea were gone. I think they're safe now.
Yeah, nah, Swansea was still.
Their manager's been mint.
Yeah, nah, trust me. I reckon it'll be West Brom, Stoke, and probably Southampton. I don't know. I've just said obviously West Ham could go up, but
so you think Palace are going to get safe? They've got no win in their last 5 games. They've lost their last 4 league games.
Yeah, Palace will get out of that. I think they've got. I think the problem with some of them teams is they don't seem to have goals on their team, and it's like I think Crystal Palace have got goals in their team when Zaha's back fully fit. You know what I'm saying?
Will he be back this season?
From what I understand,
they've got Huddersfield away, Liverpool at home, Bournemouth away, Brighton at home, Watford away, Leicester at home, Stoke away, West Brom at home. Last game of the season, Crystal Palace, West Brom. West Brom likely to be gone. That's a big 3 points for Palace there. So, yeah, I could see Palace getting out of it. Roy Hodgson probably gives them that. Like, I criticise Roy Hodgson a lot. But, like Pulis, I think he kind of guarantees you safety in a little bit of that sense.
I didn't expect that, to be honest. I think he's awful, man.
Yeah, I don't hate him. That's
I just think he's a negative manager. And I just think, but that's what I'm saying. But they've scored goals since he came in. So again, like I thought that, but
would have been mint if he was still Liverpool manager, wouldn't it? Not that Klopp's doing much. Talking about that, so we've said West Brom are going down. I think Stoke will go down, and I think West Ham.
I think they've got goals in their team. Though. That's the only even as poor as they are,
but they're not playing. They're not playing Hernandez.
Nah, no. But if when he comes on, he'll score. Now Arnautovic's has got goals in Lenzi, or they've got creativity in them. I think it's just like Stoke. It's dead. Like even with
Lambert's been doing well though. I know they've drawn their last 4 out of their last 5 games, but there's been a upturning performance at least.
Yeah, again, I just don't think they got the goals in there though. I think
Mami Biram Doof missed so many chances. When I say sitters, he misses sitters galore.
Even like obviously, I rate Berahino and
he hasn't scored in 2 years. Has he?
And it's like, but now
I think the West Brom kind of fucked up his career though as well.
Nah, I think he had a
Peace and Pulis. I heard some messed up stuff going on there. Like Peace wanted to sell him. Is that his name?
Jeremy Peace.
Yeah. Pulis wanted to sell him, but Peace knew if Pulis sold him, apparently, that Pulis would spend the peas on players that his agency's linked to, so he would get a cut in that. And then Peace was like, nah, I ain't on that. So then Berahino kind of just rotted out in the process.
I don't believe things like that because it's like at the same time them kind of backhanded things and that it's illegal and like even in football like them they're like called transfer bonds and that and where like you're getting financially incented to like make a certain move. Obviously,
you're telling me football's fully legal?
Nah, but I don't think I'm not a chairman who's gonna have way more P's and Pulis talking about I'm worried about you doing some backhand. Because I'll be like, no, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna find out in it, and then I got enough P to just take you to court in it, like straight up in it. Like, so I don't think that, but I just think that. I think he obviously wanted to leave and they didn't let him leave, innit? And I think
because he was lined up for Spurs, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I think that move at the time would have been good for him. But
imagine how his career would have been at the moment under Poch with Kane and Ali and all them, man. Because Llorente is their second striker at the moment, so you'd think that he could get in there. Interesting one. So that's who you think's going down, guys. Let us know what you think on the relegation battle. Now we're gonna move on to what you guys have come here for. I'm guessing most of you are here for a little chat on Manchester United. Manchester United beat Liverpool 2-1 at the weekend. What a result it was. Me and Dean were there. We were sat in the Stretford End. You've seen the match day vlog already. If you haven't, then check it out after this game. Marcus Rashford, first of all, 2 goals for him. He's now overtaken his tally of last season in just 40 games. Last season he played 53 games and he got 11 goals. This season he's played 40 and he's got 12 goals. Marcus Rashford, first of all, what did you make of his performance yesterday?
I have to be straight up, I was quite shocked, to be honest, on it. Like in terms of obviously we was there in it, so for example his first goal, I was ripped from that. Like literally ripped from celebrate because literally when he burst forward, I honestly, because he was so wide, I honestly didn't think anything was coming of this because there wasn't much support with him and I just didn't think he's gonna do anything. the Ronaldo chop has left your man. That Arnold has been absolutely left. You get me? And obviously, even when he's done that, I'm thinking from the angle you're at, first time, I don't think you buried that because it was early in the game as well. From when he buried it and to me it was like it's like obviously he's not them levels now, but it's like he just looked like Cristiano. You get me? Like, that's how lethal Cristiano would be. Like literally, if he got in that position, bang, goal. I was just shocked, man. And then
someone's put the video next to because we mentioned it at the time his goal against Kiev. But someone's put the video next to each other and I didn't realise it was that similar.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. It was a great goal. His second goal was a bit more fortunate, but Romelu Lukaku as well had caused that madness which led to the chance for Rashford, and he took it well. Like you said, he had people flying across the box, could have easily hit it over, like leaned back, done anything like. Because I mean, Salah had a similar chance. I know the ball was bouncing, but towards the end of the game, and he blasted it over. So Marcus Rashford yesterday was absolutely fantastic. He's surpassed now his tally of last season, which shows an improvement in terms statistically. Like Jose Mourinho has said, he's seen an improvement in training. Are you happy with his progress at Manchester United? Is there anything in all of this stuff that's in the media? Marcus Rashford needs to go on loan. I've seen Teddy Sheringham say it in the Sky coverage, which I was really surprised at seeing. We've seen a few other people say it. Do you agree with that? Are you happy with his progression? What do you think?
Nah, I think he's perfect where he is, and I think when Mourinho first came in, I didn't expect him to have for Rashford to have still such a big influence on our team. He's still one of our best attackers. I've heard like when you hear stories like, oh, you should be going on loan. Like to me, it's like whenever these pundits say, and obviously they're in the media game, so it's like I need to say something that makes me stand out from the next one. So you know what I'm saying? I get headlines and I maybe get booked elsewhere, and it's like to me because it's just based on nothing. Because it's like in reality, he's under one of the best managers there is. He's at the best club in England. You get me? Like we're in Europe and everything. What would you be moving for? Like to go to who, you get me, and do what? Like what he's gonna be learning better around better players on it. So to me, it's just ridiculous. He's vastly improved because it's like again, it's like the goal against Liverpool. I don't think when he first comes, I don't think he has the composure for that. And it's like when you watch it back, like I said, the Ronaldo chop is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
I can't even do that on FIFA. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. It's like like he's perfect. You get me? And he's absolutely buried, man. And it's like I said, I just think he looks way mature. Like he looks mature than his actual age. Like he looks like football, like in terms of his football brain, I think he's like he doesn't look like a 20-year-old to me. Yeah, he's developing.
I'm happy with his development. Nikki says I don't agree the mainstream media, they're getting old and generic. That's what people like us are about. I don't know how people ever doubted Rashford. The guy is class, says D Miz Mob. I think Rashford has scored something like 16 goals against the Big Six as Red Devil. Yeah, I didn't realise it was that many. I know he scored against Arsenal, City, Chelsea, and now Liverpool, so he is doing well.
But even that, you think of like, you know what I'm saying, just like mentally, like you scoring them big goals in them games. It's like when he goes into the older he gets, the more he's not going to be like.
It was like Rooney whenever he played Arsenal, he'd score, and that was like a mental thing. And I think now Rashford goes into these games. He's like, I've scored against these like before, I can do it again, and it gives him a different edge in those games now as well. You bang on there. Nicholas, hold on. So Nicholas says you should have heard Frank de Boer chatting Bear Breeze.
Yeah, I heard that.
What did he say?
He was saying the same thing, and he's saying that basically it's unfortunate he's under Mourinho. And I'm thinking, bro, like what are you talking about? Like,
wasn't it Frank de Boer who was at Palace?
Yeah. No.
After Mourinho sent you Timbo, bro, and you chat your shit like that.
But again, obviously he's not got a job in it, so your man wants bookings and that. Like, yo, somebody booking me, get me, like, so you can just shut up on it. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, but again, it's like I think he was on like American TV or something. He was, or maybe it been Dutch. But it's like I don't hear about him anymore. I don't see him on none of the streams I watch, or you know what I'm saying. So
Jack says, do you think Rashford will spend his entire career at United?
Yeah, I don't see why you'd want to leave.
It's a difficult task to do, obviously, because footballs can change, things can change fast, innit?
But
Yeah, I think he can do that.
If you look at, for me, it's like obviously, look, you always hope obviously every player goes on a steady incline in terms of like statistics and performance and obviously he's doing it at the moment. But it's like if he does continue to keep growing, he can do this, and he's literally he's quick enough to be able to continuously get chances. In United team, you're going to get chances anyway, and he's quite for some chances he does get, he's quite clinical. The chance showed you yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So
and he's confident now. His confidence is back up, his tail's up, and he's looking better. We should start Marcus against Seville. They won't stop his pace, says Richard. I was looking at the stats, and you look at between Rashford and Lingard, they got 25. You add Martial's 11, that's 36. 36 before we get to our striker in our front line is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're doing well in terms of goal output. I think, and the players are all chipping in as well.
We still need to do more, I think, though. As good as Rashford
is, we definitely have to do more.
There is opportunities where he could have got a couple more goals.
I think at this stage next season, you would like those guys to be like over 15 each, because you'd think that would be propelling us then into like a Premier League winning. Because now, if City are setting these levels and they're going to maintain or at least kind of maintain them, then you have to live up to what's around us, and hopefully that can pick up our game. Looking forward to Tuesday's game, says Nicholas. We had no Martial, no Pogba against Liverpool. No one's really been talking about that, and that was all. Like, I'm gonna say, we were talking about, because I was as well. Like, that was all we were talking about before the game. No Martial, no Pogba. Oh shit, I was worried.
Well, the users saying, I wasn't saying that. I was saying, look at their fullbacks in it.
Yeah, you made me confident because of that. Like, I think, I was just looking at our team and thinking, where's Martial at? Where's Pogba at? Because but I didn't expect Ashley Young to have such a good game, and I've got to take my hats off, admit I said he shouldn't start, and he proved me wrong. And I remember there was a stage like in the first minute or so where he did something, and I thought, oh my god. And Smalling did something as well, and I thought, oh dear. But they did well. They silenced Salah. Salah hasn't scored against Manchester United. I don't think he's had a shot on target against us in 2 games.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even like, as much as people, when they were saying, for example, oh, you'll be part of the bus at Anfield or whatever. Obviously, City got thumped there, or they was getting thumped 4-1 at one point, and obviously come back to 4-3 or whatever. But like we got a 0-0 draw them. We battered them at home, innit? Like we scored.
Jose came out and said we can, even though they had all the possession, we controlled the second half, and I kind of agreed with him.
Bro, I was there, innit? Like when. At no point, really, me personally, I wasn't really concerned thinking they're actually going to score, because at no point did they really have a clear-cut chance.
I had a bad feeling, but it wasn't based off the fact that they were knocking. It was kind of just me, you get me? Like,
to me, it was like the only way they was going to score was something like a penalty or something. And it's like, that's when Fellaini's thing, it's like, sometimes they're given it. Like, I don't really think it's a foul, but like I wouldn't be surprised if that was given. But I didn't see them in open play scoring a goal. So
if Matt overhead kick scored, if Matt scored with his overhead kick, it would have been goal of the season, says Nicholas. He could have boom tapped it in. If he catches it full, it goes opposite direct, because he kind of took the power off it, innit?
But
so
for me, that's again, it's like obviously I don't know if you've seen Jose's comments about, you know, when McTominay passed the ball back.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't happy at the time when that happened, innit? Because to me, it's that's negative.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want, like, we're Manchester United, so I want to be positive, innit?
What's the crowd doing booing him or something
like that? I didn't hear no one boo that, innit?
I don't mean to boo it. It's kind of like a
yeah, that's what it was like. Because literally we was flowing forward, and like he's passed it, and it's at the keeper now, and it's like, bro, we're just gonna lump this, and it's a 50-50 in the air, innit?
Yeah, defo.
Like, nah, man, like I disagreed with his points in regards to that, but again, like I said, I just want.
It was a Mourinho masterclass, though.
Yeah, not for real. But again, like this is what. But when we got Jose, that's what I expect. I expect in the big games. I think you to be out. Like, even if we've got a weaker team, I don't think we've got a weaker team than Liverpool. But for example, against City, I think we got a weaker squad than them, innit? So I think you need to have someone who's like we need some kind of edge, and it's like I think Mourinho's got that tactical edge. That's what I think going forward. Obviously, Mourinho's just.
Obviously, in the long run,
he's clearly the man. Yeah.
Because right now that gap's 30 points.
But even that's like again, like how long really is it going to take United to get a squad on the level of City? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and plus, Can you really keep up that relentless pace for like 2 seasons? We'll see in it.
Yeah,
Obviously, they got good doctors there in Barcelona. What's going on? He still makes a difference at Martial. What? Smalling has been throwing himself around lately, says Sam. Why do people criticise McTominay? His quality and does the job in a midfield three. He had a bad game against Crystal Palace and he bounced back well. I thought after that Palace game he wouldn't start against Liverpool. He did. He played well. Marouane Fellaini came back as well. We got no Pogba, but Pogba was hanging around the stadium. You see his little video with Mourinho? Yeah. He doesn't look like he wants to go anywhere, does it? Who deserves Player of the Year in the Premier League, says Ulrich so far, do you think? Is it De Bruyne like the media are painting it out to be? I think De Bruyne is great, yeah. But I think like all this stuff, he's the best guy passer in the Premier League and all that. It's like, did David Beckham not exist or something like that? Like, it's a bit over the top, but I think he's a great player. Do you think De Bruyne is?
Personally, obviously it's a bit funny because obviously you played whack yesterday, but I think it's Salah, to be honest. Like, for this season, I think for the fact that he's done it.
Do you think he's got Liverpool punching above their weight?
Yeah, but I think that's what. If you're a top player, I think you can have that effect on the team, and literally, I think because I think if you took Salah's goals out, then obviously, you know what I'm saying. It's a different thing. But
I think when you look at Liverpool, their team's quite shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, not that obviously I ain't gonna start going and say their team's whacking it, but I think in comparison,
we don't play them again this season. You can, unless we get them in the Champions League.
I reckon we would end up getting them, you know. But it's like when I was looking at the teams yesterday, like to me, like I said, their fullbacks are whack. Like their centre midfield ain't that great, but again, it's their front three are class in it. So, and obviously they've kind of carried them, but I think
Richard says Harry Kane. Anthony Martial says
he may be out now. You know what I'm saying?
You see that today. Spurs won 4-1, which was a surprise. They went behind 1-0. Before it was 1-0, they had a sitter that they dinked onto the bar. So it could have been like 2-0 early stages to Bournemouth. They get back into it. It was an interesting point in the game because Kane just went off and they scored. Whereas like they never really had a chance to think about, we haven't got Harry Kane, and so it kind of took the pressure off a little bit. But I was surprised to see him win so comfortably. Is that a good sign for them going forward without Harry Kane, or do you think they could really miss him now?
If he's not there, they'll definitely miss him.
Does that give Arsenal a chance now to get into that top four? Well, Chelsea. Sorry, not Arsenal.
I says, and I think it would be City, United, Liverpool, and Chelsea.
Yeah. So you think Tottenham are going to drop out?
I said this before. Kane potentially get AFC injured, but if they ain't got Kane, they'll still beat certain teams, but they're gonna struggle. Like against good teams, they're gonna struggle, mate. But I don't know if you've seen Son's second goal today. Class, man.
I fell asleep during the game.
Yeah, he's through on goal for time, gets to the keeper and just turns him right. He sidesteps him right next to the goal. You know them ones like, and it's Asamir Begovic. I think it's Asamir Begovic.
He's a big
and
man.
He's not a mug, and I just thought that was neat. You get me? I don't know if anyone else saw that, but
let us know in the comments if you saw it and what you think. Spurs have got after their Swansea in the cup, they've got Chelsea away, so that could be a big point.
That's
Stoke away, Man City at home, Brighton away, Watford at home, West Brom away, Leicester at home.
I think
so. The next 3 games are very difficult.
The last 4 games, I'd say they'd probably win all 4. Like they could win all 4 of them, but the next 3,
with Leicester being at home, that helps them. But the next 3 are vital for them. Chelsea beat them. That probably gives Chelsea the edge in terms of catching them and getting to them. Pratulia says Son is underrated. Son has more goals and assists than Hazard, says JSB. KG says Jamie Carragher's done what? I don't want to read that out in case it's not true. Son's better than Kane, says Jeff. I don't think that.
Son is influential though. I agree to that. Like I think I do agree he's underrated as well. Like I think he's technically I think he's tidy. That's like I say when I seen his goal earlier. I was thinking if it was me, obviously I ain't no pro footballer, but if I'm just thinking if I was it, I'd have just looked to place it past the keeper. Even if you're 1-on-1, you still got time. But when you have more time, it's kind of harder. And
what was the score at that point?
I think it was 2-1 to be fair. Okay.
Well, still the game's tight. Still, it takes balls to do that. Richard thinks Spurs may struggle without him. Son destroyed Barzagli on Wednesday. This is Kyle. He did do well against him. Barzagli probably should have got sent off when it was at 1-0 or 0-0, I think. Son has 17 goals this season. Who do you see getting relegated? Chandler's obviously just jumped in a little bit late, mate. We have discussed that. We're going to keep the convo moving, but after we finish, you can rewind to see us talk about that. But yeah, comments keep coming through. Get a few questions in now. We're going to wrap up shortly, so keep your questions coming in. We've discussed the top four. We've discussed relegation. You think Chelsea are going to pip Spurs to the top four? What do you guys think? I think Chelsea might end up outside the top four, and I think what might do that is the fact that Conte has kind of just given up hope. They've lost 3 out of their last 5 games. Against City, they weren't even trying.
Nah, man. I think people are just naive to certain, like, you can get thumped at City, innit? So like, as much as again, it's like when we went to Anfield, like, you can get thumped there. Like, let's not be like, as much as I think we are better than them at Anfield, they're a different proposition, innit? And it's like, I think you do have to give credit where credit's due, and you can't just go like, yeah, we're gonna come all at you and stuff. Like, obviously, like, I don't know, man. I like. With content, I rate him. I think he'll get him into top. I think he'll get him in top 4. Like, no problem.
So me and Dean disagree. I think Spurs will get top 4. He thinks Chelsea.
Even without Kane.
Who do you think? Well, I don't know if Kane's out.
But if he, for example, if he's not.
But look at their fixtures. So they could just go and get a draw against Chelsea, and then they're blessed.
But again,
really?
Chelsea are good at home. You know what I'm saying?
Because they'll beat their last 4 games without Kane. Easy.
We'll see, man.
I think. Nick says, how far can we go in the Champions League, lads? Let's have a look towards the week. Champions League football's coming up. The 4 teams already in: Real Madrid, Liverpool, City, and who's the other one?
Is it Real?
Real Madrid, Liverpool, City, and who's the 4th team that's already made it through? Juventus. Shit, how can we forget about Juventus? So they're the 4 teams that are already through. United Tuesday. We going through or what? What do you think's happening?
Yeah, I think we'll go through. But I think again, like, if we obviously we got the draw over there, and obviously if we just beat them at Old Trafford, obviously it sounds quite easy, but I think we'll have enough to beat them. I think again it's kind of a tactical masterclass, as much as, because people were, even me at a point, I was, when I seen Spurs against Juventus, I was like, raw. But they're out, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, they was doing so well in both ties. They're out, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, as much as like people can get gassed by a certain performance in that, bro, they're not even in the competition no more. So it's like, you'd as sooner like played whack in the first, you know what I'm saying? The 0-0, and then just got a quick win at home. But it didn't happen, bro. And it's like, I think we'll have too much for Sevilla on the night. And again, we're a different proposition at home. Yeah. They're a different proposition away. I mean, it's not the same as playing at home.
I think they lost today. Well, they were losing. Well, they were losing against Valencia 2-0. Last I saw, which was surprising. I think that was yesterday. But I'm guessing they would have rested a few players because obviously United coming up. They're a difficult team. I think we'll go through. I'm quietly confident. I think it'll be like a 2-0 or something. We'll probably go 2 up and just shut up and just look to close it out. And you would be happy with that. We cannot concede against Sevilla on Tuesday, away goals and that. If we concede the first goal, oh my days, it's a different story. But
if we got by,
but look as well, like, if we concede the first goal, I think this last week or so has given us the confidence now that it's all right if we concede the first goal. We've come from behind against Chelsea, come from behind against Palace away from home in what is a difficult game against someone that could get relegated. So I think we'll be all right. Anthony Martial says he reckons we can beat Juventus. Would you be confident in the next round of us going through, because there's some difficult teams in there? Would you prefer us to get one of the English sides?
Probably, yeah. I probably prefer to get an English side, mainly because I think that Jose will probably know most about them. But I'd be confident with anyone in terms of, I think on our day, I think we can. It sounds probably stupid, but it's like, I think on our day, I think we could beat anyone if everyone's firing. But obviously, we just got to get to that. But at the same time, I think with Mourinho, like, I think this is where he kind of earns his corn in terms of, because our tactically is, again, over 2 legs. I just think whatever happens, I think he'll be able to react to it and change it. And
big part for us, isn't it, Mourinho?
Yeah, like
big part of us getting that.
I don't always think as well, like, the best team in Europe necessarily always wins the Champions League. And it's like, all it takes is, it's like, for example, on obviously on Tuesday. So if we get a red card in the first 5 minutes, bro, it changes. But at the same time, if they do, or all it takes is a deflected goal, or you know what I'm saying, or a piece of magic, or you know what I'm saying. So it's still just a football game. But I think, like I said, I'm confident that we can go far.
I'm confident as well. I think we're gonna go through. And then last day, anything can happen. And you get through to the semi-final, and you got United. The Old Trafford was bouncing yesterday. If we have it like that for every game through now to the end of the season, these next 2 games this week are huge. We look at the last week, or last 2 weeks even, bastards. You know what? If I had Napoli, that bet would have come through as well. Bastards. But anyway, that week we played Chelsea, Palace, Liverpool. We've come through all of them with wins. I didn't think we would, to be honest. I thought we dropped points somewhere, especially after you go 2-0 down at Palace. And then this week now we got Sevilla and Brighton. Win both of those games. We're going through to the last day of the Champions League semi-final at Wembley. Things are looking good for United this season. So yeah, really looking forward to the rest of it. Looking forward to Tuesday as well. Any final words, Dean? Who's the Wally of the week this week?
I don't know. I was gonna say, like, I know, like, I don't know if you've seen it, and like Troy Deeney missed the penalty, and obviously Bellerin's gas in it. Like,
yeah, Bellerin would be the Wally then for me.
Nah, but he's like,
because why are you talking now?
No, but obviously your man said, his hair gets in the way, and obviously he's tweeted like, something's in your eye or something. You know, because obviously he missed the penalty, but I was like, I ain't gonna clown Deeney like that, innit? Like,
yeah, I like Deeney still.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think he was bang on with what he said as well.
But even that, it's like what he said in that, for me, is more of the truth than what Arsenal fans will say. Because to me, it's all Arsenal fans. The only point is like, it's Wenger out and that. But it's like, bro, what's the actual problem? It's because you're weak in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're easy to play against, and there's a certain way of play. And like we've got, with United and that with Ferguson, that's all he did in it. You know what I'm saying? We just made sure we were strong against them, and it's like, bro, you ain't challenged for years.
I love as well that when he was talking about it, he uses Bailly as the example of someone who's scared of.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, going back to us, like, with Bailly back here, like, I'm telling you that, like, Sevilla and that. Because didn't he come from Sevilla as well?
Bailly and Villarreal.
Villarreal. My bad. But like, with Bailly back in the team, bro, he's a proper centre back. You know what I'm saying? Like, hard as nails. Like, I love Bailly. We miss my man so bad. Like, if we'd have had, again, even if we'd have had him, like, there'd probably be a title race still on, but obviously it's one of them, man. Alright then,
I bet Bellerin didn't say anything to Roma, to Deeney.
I hope he bumps into him, you get me? Like,
he definitely, like, waited till Deeney had left the Emirates and that before he tweeted and all that shit. Deeney's Bellerin's a bottle job. Anyway, guys, there's been a lot of you in today, so thank you for watching. Thank you to the new subscribers. Keep subscribing as well. We'll be back for another weekend wrap next week. And the podcast's coming as well. We told you it's coming. It's going to come very soon. We'll get it. We could do it this week, We'll do it this week. So the Straight Up podcast is coming very soon. We're going to make a separate YouTube channel for that as well. But keep it locked. Follow Dean on Twitter. You can see his Twitter name under him right now. And subscribe to the channel as well. And for now, guys, we're out of here. But yeah, see you soon. We got a preview for the Sevilla game tomorrow. Laters.